A plan to build Murfreesboro's first ever air traffic control tower has been cleared for takeoff. City leaders have applied to join an FAA program that would provide federally funded air traffic controllers, and the project is still in the really early planning stages. Right now, the FAA is reviewing designs and working to find the best location for the tower. The price tag is expected to land anywhere between $7 and $9 million. City officials say it's a smart investment, pointing to the airport's growing traffic, which now sees more than 90,000 takeoffs and landings each and every year.